When it comes to investing in sealed booster boxes, which one has better returns, Pokemon or One Piece? Let's go take a look. Hey guys, it's been more than 1 year since One Piece released its trading card game to the world. However, Pokemon has been around for more than 25 years and absolutely cemented its place in the trading card world, with booster boxes skyrocketing over decades and making investors a lot of money in sealed product. However, I like to give credit where credit is due, and One Piece has absolutely exploded onto the marketplace. So today, I'm going to look at the last 5 sets that One Piece have released and the last 5 sets that Pokemon have released. We're going to look at 10 booster boxes, 5 from Pokemon, 5 from One Piece. We're going to look at which ones are worth investing in. Should we also add One Piece to our sealed investments as well as Pokemon? Let's go take a look, guys. Okay guys, the first booster box we're going to look at is from Pokemon's Paradox Rift. Now this is the most recent regular set from Pokemon. Obviously we've had Paldean Fates since Paradox Rift. Paldean Fates is obviously a special set, holiday set. This is the last regular set, the most recent one, Paradox Rift, currently selling for $92. If we go back 3 months here, it was about the same. 3 months ago, it hasn't moved in price much. However, over the last 6 months since it was first released, at $111 American, down to $92. Paradox Rift has decreased in value a little bit. Very new set though. Obviously over time it will go up in value. It's a pretty good set from Pokemon, not the best, but it's got a few decent chase cards. So how does that compare to the most recent set from One Piece? Let's have a look. This is the latest set from One Piece, Awakening of the New Era. This is One Piece's most recent booster box. And if we have a look at the price here, this is selling for $265. These are American prices, guys. If we go back 6 months, or it hasn't been out long enough, if we go back 3 months, $145 3 months ago, this thing is up from $145 in 12 weeks, 13 weeks, to $270, guys. It's almost doubled in value in 3 months. Meanwhile, the Paradox Rift from Pokemon has gone down slightly since its release. I'm not knocking Pokemon. Pokemon has proven itself over a long period of time. I'm going to continue to invest in Pokemon. This is just a comparison of what prices are doing in the short term. Awakening of the New Era from One Piece smashes Paradox Rift from Pokemon out of the park. Okay, let's have a look at Paradox Rift's biggest chase card from Pokemon. This is the Roaring Moon EX, biggest chase card from Paradox Rift, selling for $57. 3 months ago it was $110, almost halved in price. The Awakening of the New Era, biggest chase card, $3,250. It's not even close. They're not even in the same universe. How can a card that's only a couple of months old from the One Piece booster box be worth over $3,000 raw, not even graded? So I think this booster box will continue to go up in value. Okay, moving on. The second most recent set from Pokemon, Obsidian Flames booster box. These prices are extraordinary from One Piece. So Obsidian Flames booster box, $96 3 months ago, and sitting at $105 now. So it's gone up a little bit, which is surprising because Obsidian Flames should really be called Obsidian Flames because it's a pretty average set. And if we compare it to the second most recent set from One Piece, which is Kingdoms of Intrigue. Let's look at Kingdoms of Intrigue. 6 months ago for One Piece was $101, now selling for $154. It had a high of $179 mid-January, and now it's down to $154. So still gone up a fair bit in value. What are we, 80, about $70 in value it's gone up over the last 6 months. So it's definitely on the rise. And like most of these One Piece booster boxes that you're going to see, they're really performing. So let's just close these two off. Let's have a look at the 2 biggest chase cards in those 2 sets. Obsidian Flames has the Charizard EX, is the biggest chase card in Obsidian Flames, going for a huge $48. Woohoo! Massive money, guys, massive money. $48, biggest chase card. It's pretty disappointing, actually. 3 months ago, this chase card was $63, now selling at $48. It's gone down a little bit in value. And if we compare that to One Piece biggest chase card for a similar time in release set, we've got the Kingdoms of Intrigue biggest chase card, $675, which is the alternate art Sabo manga. I don't even follow One Piece. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But it's hard to ignore when you're an investor and you want to make money. It's hard to ignore what some of these prices are doing. That's the biggest chase card in Kingdoms of Intrigue from One Piece. Moving on to the third booster box we're going to look at from Pokemon, which is Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved is one of my favorite sets from the Scarlet and Violet era from Pokemon. It's a really good set, got lots of awesome cards. But the booster box is about the same price as what it was 6 months ago. 3 months ago, 93, and now 98. So similar price to what it was 3 months ago. Paldea Evolved from Pokemon hasn't really gone up in value yet. Again, I'm not knocking Pokemon. Pokemon has been gone for 25, 26, 27 years. The booster boxes always go up in value. They've proven themselves. I'm going to keep investing in Pokemon. And in fact, some of the One Piece prices, with how ridiculous these prices with One Piece are exploding, it could be a bubble. I don't think it is. I don't think it will be, but it could be a bit of a bubble. And I would say, if you are going to buy some One Piece, obviously we're not going to give up on Pokemon. Pokemon is king. And it's just interesting to look at. We're investors, right? We want to make money. So this one here, Pillars of Strength from One Piece. This is the third booster box we're going to look at. This compares to the Paldea Evolve release date, sort of similar time frame. And this one, where we go back sort of 6 months ago, Pillars of Strength was selling for $81 and now selling for $220. It went as high as $248 in early January, now down to $220. But it's up almost triple the value in 6 months. It's almost tripled its value. Pillars of Strength booster box from One Piece. And if we have a look at the two big chase cards to see what some of the anchors are in these booster boxes, there's the Iono from Paldea Evolved, $75 raw, got up to about $90 a few weeks back, about a month ago, and it's crashing down at the moment. It's getting lower and lower. It's down about $75 for the Iono. And if we look at the chase card from Pillars of Strength, that card is $660 raw. 3 months ago was $400. 6 months ago was $230. So again, that's almost tripled in value, the number one chase card from Pillars of Strength from One Piece. Scarlet and Violet booster box. Now, you Pokemon investors are probably aware, Scarlet and Violet base was a pretty ordinary set. There's not really any big chase cards in there. The Miriam, the number one chase card, which we're going to look at, has crashed. But the booster box went from $130. How long has it been out? Has it been a year? It's probably been close to a year. But over the last 6 months, it's pretty consistent. $91 for Scarlet and Violet base, down to $87. About the same. Hasn't really moved much. Again, if you're a Pokemon investor, I recommend getting all of these Pokemon booster boxes in your collection. We know in time they're going to do well. Even the average sets do well. You just got to look at Sword and Shield base and Rebel Clash, which were two of the worst sets at the start of the Sword and Shield era, all going up in value. Been happening for 25 years. It looks like it's going to keep happening. So don't give up on Pokemon by any means. Paramount War, the competitor to Scarlet and Violet base. Paramount War, 6 months ago, was $120 for a booster box. Went up to $386, guys. And now it's sitting around $300. You'll see a trend with some of these One Piece booster boxes. I guess it's a bit of FOMO investing, fear of missing out, that people are rushing in. And then it kind of drops off in price a little bit after the first few months. You get a big uptick and then it kind of corrects. After that correction, it skyrockets again. So it goes down a little bit, and I think that's a good chance to buy them. A few months after they've come out, the FOMO investing is worn off. They've gone down in price a bit. That's when you grab them, because they're pretty much all showing the same trend. That they go up in value, they drop in half again, and then they really start climbing. So don't rush in and get it. Don't pre-order One Piece. Don't think you're going to miss out. Just take your time, watch the trend lines, watch the market, grab them at the right price, and you would do really well, I think. I don't think One Piece is going to be a fad like some of the other, like Disney's Lorcana and so on, which hasn't done very well. I think One Piece is here to stay. It's insanely popular. All my nephews love it. Moving on, the number one chase card from Scarlet and Violet base is this Miriam trainer card. $27. That's it. That's the biggest chase card from Scarlet and Violet base. A $27 Miriam. This thing, people were raving about it when it first came out. Look, I pulled the Miriam. It was going for huge dollars. I didn't really like it too much, apart from that little Pikachu in the corner, which looks cool. But I don't want to get caught up on the chase cards. I'm really here to talk about the booster boxes. But that's the Miriam. That's the number one chase card in Scarlet and Violet base, which is why Scarlet and Violet base is not a great set. You put it in your collection because why not? But the number one chase card from Paramount War is $1,144, $1,144 for the Portgas D Ace. Again, I'm not a One Piece guy. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But $1,100 plus for the number one chase card in Paramount War. 6 months ago, this chase card was $550. It's more than doubled in value in 6 months. Great investments. I feel like I've been missing out. I'm only just starting to catch on to this stuff. I got some of the ideas for the One Piece booster boxes from Nostalgianomics. So shout out to Nostalgianomics on YouTube. Awesome guy, great sealed investor, lots of cool information. But moving on to the last booster box that we're going to talk about today, Silver Tempest from the Sword and Shield era, which actually this was the last regular set released from the Sword and Shield era. Obviously, Crown Zenith came out after that, which was a special set. This was the last regular set, Silver Tempest. A year ago, $133, still at $133 after having a low of about $111 in late November last year. Same price. After 1 year, it's the same damn price. Again, I'm not complaining. The Pokemon booster boxes, as far as I'm concerned, they take 2, 3, 4 years. The good ones, like Evolving Skies, don't take long to start picking up in value, or Chilling Reign. You get 1 or 2 that take off really quick. The rest of them will take off. It's just a slow burn. Again, I'm all about Pokemon, guys. I'm not selling out Pokemon. Don't worry. I'm all about Pokemon. I think it's earned its place in the trading card world, and Pokemon to me is king. It's interesting to really see what's going on here between the two different price variants between One Piece and Pokemon. And the very first set ever released from One Piece, Romance Dawn. This thing a year ago was $147, now sells for $580 a year on. So $140 to $580. That's a 400% increase in price in 1 year. Those returns would be awesome in any stock you could pick up off the stock market. That would be insane. No one gets 400%. These obviously are more high risk than stocks. I'm not trying to compare these to stocks. There's no dividend. There's less liquidity. You can only make money if someone wants to pay more than you paid. But there is a huge market for this stuff. It's very popular. eBay sales are proving this stuff is selling at these prices. TCG Player pulls all the price data from the internet and collates it together. This is reliable data. $580 for a Romance Dawn booster box from One Piece, compared to $100 for a booster box from Pokemon. And the two big chase cards, Silver Tempest, the biggest chase card, is $121, which is not too bad for a raw price chase card. It's the Lugia V. If we go to the number one chase card in Romance Dawn, check out this bad boy. This thing's $1,534 for the number one chase card in Romance Dawn. 6 months ago was $675. It's gone up like 250% in value, the number one chase card from Romance Dawn One Piece. So there you have it, guys. There's a comparison. All the One Piece booster boxes and top chase cards from the last 12 months, and all the booster boxes and top chase cards from Pokemon for the last 12 months. Right next to each other for you to work out, for you to investigate. Do you want to start adding One Piece to your sealed collection alongside your Pokemon? Or do you just want to forget about it, keep focusing on Pokemon? Do you want to do both? Put it in the comments. Have you bought any One Piece? Have you made any money? I think it's very interesting. I'll be grabbing some One Piece booster boxes if I can damn well afford it with these prices. But look, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.